Deadlock's voice command and pinging system is surprisingly sophisticated, more than I have seen in any other game. If used correctly, it can be a really powerful way to communicate with your team without ever talking into a mic. You can use it to instantly share information with your team and better work together. It is also extra helpful as voice commands are automatically translated to the user's game language, so you can communicate even without speaking the same language. Also, every character's voice lines are different, so as a bonus, you get to hear some fun voice acting. I promise if you start to use this system you will wonder how did you ever play without it. Without further ado, here is a comprehensive guide on Deadlock's pinging and voice commands. Pinging. Almost everything in this video is activated by pressing down on the mouse tree button, meaning pressing down on the scroll wheel of your mouse. This can be rebinded in the settings. Pings show up as a visual and sound effect, and as a speech bubble under your character's icon on top of the screen, accompanied by the respecting voice line. These show up only to your teammates. Here is every type of ping you can currently do in Deadlock. 1. General ping. Ping any surface to show a place you are looking at to your team. Nearby teammates will also hear a sound and see it on the minimap. 2. Pinging an enemy. Ping an enemy player to show your team their location and tell them you see them. Quickly double-clicking the ping button will change your voice line from I see the enemy to let's take out the enemy. Continuing to click the ping button adds exclamation mark to the end of your speech bubble. It can be used to signify importance and works with any ping. Pinging an enemy with low health will specify that they're low on health in the speech bubble, but the voice line doesn't change. You can also ping enemies through their icon on top of your screen. Doing it this way will tell your team that the enemy is missing. Useful especially in lane when you think your enemy laner has gone out to surprise attack another lane. You can also ping enemies and many other things by clicking it on your minimap. It works the same, but pinging on the minimap lets you use your left and right mouse button as ping buttons in addition to mouse tree. Pressing left mouse is the same as pressing mouse tree. Pressing the right mouse is the same as double-clicking mouse tree. Good to know to avoid accidental misclicks. If it sounds confusing, just continue to use mouse tree for pings. 3. Pinging your teammate. Pinging your teammate tells them to be careful. Useful to let them know they are alone or overextending. Gets more use than I would like. Works the exact same way on the minimap. Additionally, if you ping a teammate that has a healing ability or a healing item while your own health is low, you will instead ask for healing. 4. Pinging shop. Very straightforward. Ping a shop to tell your team you're going to shop. Useful especially in lane to quickly tell your teammate that you will be away for the fight to buy an item. 5. Pinging objectives. Pinging either your own guardian or walker will say headed to yellow, green or blue lane, depending where the objective is. Double clicking will instead command to defend that lane. Pinging enemy objectives instead asks your team to push that lane. Very useful to coordinate with your team and show your intention. 6. Pinging mid-boss. This is the most common ping you will hear and what many people only use this system for. Pinging mid-boss either directly or from the minimap will tell your team to go to mid. Double-clicking instead will say that the enemy is already at mid. These two are often treated the same, because people more often than not misclick by spamming the ping button on mid, automatically changing the ping to the double-click version. 7. Pinging the Spirit Urn. Pinging the Spirit Urn will simply remind your team where the Spirit Urn is. 8. Pinging abilities. You can ping your own abilities. If it's off cooldown, your character will say that they're ready to use that ability.
Ready to conjure a dragon. Ready to use a shield. Ready to use the Lady of the Lake. Ready to run them down.
But if the ability is currently on cooldown, your character will instead say that it's on cooldown and show the exact cooldown time in the speech bubble.
Knights are on cooldown.
The character voice lines usually don't mention the ability by name, but describe how they work. 9. Pinging items. You can also ping your active items.
Ready to use item.
They will work the same way as pinging abilities, saying it's ready when off cooldown and if on cooldown saying for how long.
Item is on cooldown.
Characters don't have specific voice lines for all specific items, at least for now. If they don't, they will just say ready to use item or the item is on cooldown instead of the specific item's name. You can also ping your enemy's items. By hovering over the icon on top of the screen, you can see their current items and stats. Pinging specific items will warn your team that the enemy has them. That should be all the current pings for the game. It's very likely that Valve will add more in the future. The only ping that is in my opinion missing is the ability to ping the temporary paths that appear between the lanes on top of the bridges. Most people in the lower ranks don't seem to know that they exist, and there is no easy way to tell your team to take them before the enemy does. But next, voice commands. Now we move on to voice commands that can be accessed from the chat wheel. You can use the chat wheel at any time by pressing down on the ping/mouse tree button. You select an option from the wheel by continuing to press down and moving your mouse on top of an option and letting go of the button. Some of the options share the same voice lines as the pings, but there is also many new ones that cannot be accessed through pinging. Many of these are self-explanatory, that should be used to effectively communicate with your team. Like for example, going in.
I'm going in.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Retreat.
Pull back.
And stay together.
Stay together.
Additionally, you can go to your settings and move around any commands you want from the wheel. The wheel settings menu has many more options that could fit on the wheel.
Going to gank.
Also, you can go to your keybind settings and scroll down for communication keybinds. Here you can bind up to 5 voice lines to any key you want. This can be done either for every hero at the same time, or by going to the hero specific keybinds option, you can bind specific keys to any specific hero.
We need to press the advantage.
Lastly, there are some voice commands that are only accessible in specific contexts. These can be only accessed with the contextual slot in the chat wheel. I am not totally sure this is all of them, and more is definitely going to be added in the future, but I at least know of 4. First, headed towards lane on the Zipline will give you the option to say headed to lane.
Headed to York.
While going towards base will say be right back.
Be right back.
Second, at the end of the game, when either patron is defeated and before the score screen comes up, there is a small moment where the chat wheel changes and you can tell your team or the enemy team good game and well played. Third, while carrying the Spirit Urn, you have the option to say help me carry this urn.
Help me deliver this thing.
Some voice lines call the Spirit Urn the soul jar, they mean the same thing. And finally, fourth, you can agree/like some of your teammates' voice commands quickly after they have been said. This has a unique effect of adding a like icon to the speech bubble you agreed with, making it clear to your team what you liked. That should be every ping and voice command currently in Deadlock. Please let me know if I missed anything. Again, it's very likely that more is going to be added in the future. I normally do animations, some of them even Deadlock animations, so please check those out if you're interested. Okay, bye.